everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon White with only one Pikachu was a brutally hard solo run. Probably the hardest run of 2025 so far. Let's follow that up with another really hard looking run. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Gold with a team of only one Croagunk. Alright, so Croagunk is a really fun type combo. It's poison and fighting. Weirdly enough, we're equal on attack and special attack, but other than those being passable, we're pretty much bad at everything. We're frail, and we aren't very fast either. By level up, we learn a few moves that I really like Mud Slap, Feint Attack, Revenge, and we can even pick between Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb depending on if we're better with physical or special moves. Our type coverage won't be too great, but I do like a lot of these level up moves. And by TM, we actually learn a ton of moves. The problem is just that there isn't a whole lot of type variety here either. I could see something like Rock Slide being useful. Maybe I'll want Shadow Ball if I end up being more of a special attacker, but there isn't really much that I'd be better with than what I already learned by leveling up. Maybe just something like Dig or Earthquake and I'll be good. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through the challenge, so this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I think that Johto won't be too bad, but the Elite Four is going to be brutally hard between the Psychic team of Will and Lance's all-flying team. As for Kanto, maybe we can beat Blue, but obviously we can't beat Red. This won't be easy. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Croagunk. I need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Chikorita with Croagunk so that we can do the whole run with it. I name him Dom because you know that guy is a poison type. Our nature is lonely for more attack and less defense. Honestly, I think more attack or special attack would have both worked, so this is fine. We have anticipation, so the game will warn us if the opponent has a super effective move. It's not really the most useful ability in the world. We could have dry skin, so we heal from water moves, but that also comes with being weaker to fire moves, so I don't really know if that would help us or not. Kinda hard to say. It's probably better than it is bad, though. There's just like no fire types in this game. So we have some early travel to do, but I think that the first gym might be pretty hard no matter what happens. Neither of our starting moves can hit them, since they use normal and flying types, so we have to level up until we get something else. We get Poison Sting soon, but that move is just really weak, so I don't think that we stand a chance until we hit level 17 and get Feint Attack. That means I'm fighting everything that I can on my way to the gym to help us get there as fast as possible. My hope is that them using Roost will let Mud Slap hit them so that they can't hit us as much, although obviously it's better if we can just take them out before that happens. I don't think it's going to be a horrible fight that brick walls us for ages, but we are going to have to be at least level 17 to stand a chance. Probably closer to 20, honestly. Let's see how it goes. So we get to the Flying Gym at level 17 after a long grind. It starts well with us one-shotting Pidgey, but Pidgeotto is a problem. It would have been a 3-shot, but he used Roost, healing just enough that we would need 5 hits to win. The problem is we faint right before that due to leaving him with a Sliver. I think getting literally one more level would make us strong enough to take him out, so I'm gonna do that. Alright, so one level later, and we're doing quite a bit more damage to Pidgeotto. He ends up spamming Roost for a while, but we were doing enough damage that the moment he stops for a round, we can easily finish him off. We had to grind a lot for this fight, but I wouldn't exactly say that the fight itself is hard. We're on the road to the Bug Gym now, and I'm not really sure how it's gonna go. I don't think Scyther has any flying moves in that fight, unless I'm forgetting, so it probably won't be too awful, although Scyther is just a great Pokemon in general, so you never really know. We could have to level up a little bit. Then it's a rival fight, and I don't think it's going to be too bad. Really, I'm holding out hope that things will be reasonably smooth until we get to like the Fighting and Steel gyms. Those are up in the air because the Steel gym is usually a really hard one. Until then, though, we have one big boss rush. The Bug Gym, our rival, the normal gym. That should be pretty easy. Then another rival fight that might actually be hard, and then a Ghost Gym that I figure we're gonna sweep through like it's nothing with Feint Attack. Let's hope I'm right. Alright, so I got to the Bug Gym at level 21, and we actually do awful. Scyther is hitting really hard when spamming Quick Attack, and thanks to his Berry and his Super Potion, we don't really get that close to making him faint. I'm gonna have to grind, but let's do the rival fight first. I think we can win that one. So Ghastly is a one-shot, but the Quilava fight was weird. I hit a Mud Slap early as he was using smoke screens, and I tried switching to Revenge thinking that he would start hitting me at some point, but he just ended up spamming Leer. I switched to Feint Attack so that I could stop missing, and we ended up taking him out because he absolutely would not stop using Leer. I don't know why he did that. If he just used a damaging move, then I think that we would have fainted. Last is Zubat, but it couldn't handle more than a couple hits, so we got a very weird win. I'll go get a few more levels, then try the Bug Gym some more. This was crazy. I came back to level 24 and tried the fight again. We had exactly enough health and did exactly enough damage to take out Scyther with only 4 of our health left, and we even survived a tackle from Metapod with 1 health. But in the end, we went down to a single Poison Sting from Kakuna, right when I was 1 hit away from winning. I guess I'll have to get 1 level and come back. How embarrassing is that? Using a poison type, and you get finished off by Poison Sting. So after failing a couple times at level 25, we ended up having this exchange where we crit him early, he crit us, then we took him out, totally bypassing a super potion. Thanks to that, we pretty easily finished him off. Well, that went okay. I'm assuming the normal gym is gonna be super easy with Revenge. Yeah, that's what I thought. We actually could have lost if we just flinched twice to Stomp, but we flinched only once, so we got an easy win. Now, how's the rival fight gonna go? Because I could see it actually being a problem. So after 4 tries in a row where we got hit by Supersonic and then hit ourselves to ruin the fight, we had this 5th try where it missed, so we really easily swept most of the team. I don't know why that took so many tries for a really simple fight, it's just Supersonic. Last for this little boss rush is the Ghost Gym, and thankfully, it was really easy. We got put to sleep against Gengar, but we woke up pretty fast and we took him out. Really, I don't think there's much he could have done unless he put us to sleep multiple times. Or, you know, hit Curse. Curse can definitely end a solo run. Alright, so we have the Fighting Gym, Steel Gym, and Ice Gyms coming up. Ice Gym is always easy, but I really have no idea about the Fighting and Steel Gyms. I could see us getting overpowered in the Fighting Gym, and although we have Revenge and Dig for the Steel Gym, Steelix is still insanely tanky. We absolutely could still just lose. Hey, at least I'm recording this bit on a Wednesday, so I can go to the Lake of Rage to get a black belt for more fighting damage. I figure that's gonna be worth it for sure. Dig might work great on the Magnemites, but I think that Revenge with a black belt might do a pretty good job against the Steelix. I'm still gonna try and fight a lot of trainers on my way though. We're a little frail, and I'm worried about Iron Tail just one-shotting us. Oh wait, never mind on the black belt. I looked it up. The Lake of Rage needs to not be flooded, and that only happens after you save the radio tower from the rocket takeover. Okay, I guess I just have to go without it. This is not gonna be easy. So first try, and we actually do pretty well against Primeape because of poisoning it early with Poison Jab. He got us with a Rock Slide, but we didn't flinch and we resist it, so we didn't get hurt too much. The problem is next is Poliwrath, and not only does he put us to sleep, but he stays healthy with a berry and takes us out in a few body slams. I'm gonna keep trying this. He's not gonna hit Hypnosis every single time. So I try a couple more times. Primeape is always pretty easy, but Poliwrath is very random. This time we crit him to bring him to low health, he eats a berry, we get paralyzed off a body slam, he hits Surf, our Poison Jab brings him to a sliver, he uses a Hyper Potion, then we hit him again and end up poisoning him. Then our Quick Claw makes us go first, we take him to red health, and he takes us out again. He faints from the poison damage, but it's after we fainted, so I don't count that as a win. I think I need to come back in a few levels. Let's try the Steel Gym first and see what happens. Wow, so we outsped and one-shot the Magnemites, but against Steelix, we get hit by Screech, hit a weak Revenge, and then we're one-shot by Iron Tail. Okay, that throws a big wrench in my strategy. I guess I'll go clear with the Rocket Hideout for levels, take a crack at the Ice Gym, then we can try the Fighting and Steel Gyms again. I figure the Ice Gym won't be so bad since we're Fighting type. Man, this is brutal. You'd think the Ice Gym of all of them would be the easy one, but thanks to Mud Bomb hitting us so hard, we actually lost. The problem is we're relying on Revenge, and it's negative priority, so we can't really stop him from hitting us with that Mud Bomb. I guess I'm gonna have to go back to the Fighting Gym and keep trying that one until I win. It seems like it's the easiest of the gyms we're stuck on. Alright, so the Fighting Gym went completely differently now, because despite Primeape hitting us with Leer to lower our defense, Poliwrath spammed Surf. Not only that, but thanks to his berry, he never used a Hyper Potion, so we just won in a few Poison Jabs. That's way better, but how's the Steel Gym gonna go? Are we just gonna get one shot? No, the Steel Gym went great too. This time she opened with Sandstorm, so we just hit Revenge, and then she skips Screech and just goes for an Iron Tail to power up our Revenge, so we get our knockout. Not bad at all. I don't really think I'm ready for that Ice Gym though. I'm gonna get a few levels on my way over. Last is the Ice Gym, and although it still took quite a few tries due to the Piloswine move choice being very random, we won on this try because Seal is a one-shot, Mud Bomb doesn't hurt us quite as badly so we can get our Revenge one-shot safely, and Dugong leaves us with 20 health so that we can one-shot it as well, even with the attack drop. Feels good to finally win these brutally hard gyms. So we're getting near the Elite Four. All we have is a rival fight, the Dragon Gym, and then another rival fight. I'm not really sure how the rival fights are going to go, but I think it's really up to if Golbat can make us faint or not. The rest of his team isn't really that bad for us to take out. The Dragon Gym, though, I know is going to be rough. She opens with Water Onyx, so Intimidate will be cutting our attack the whole fight, and if we get paralyzed off a Thunder Wave from Dragonair, then we're just going to lose. We're too frail to afford acting second in a long fight like that. I'm going to try and get any level I can on my way. Alright, so first for the rival fight, it starts off with us nearly fainting to Golbat when it missed its first Air Cutter just for it to crit on the second one. But then we literally swept the entire rest of his team. That so easily could have been a loss just thanks to Golbat. That's crazy. I'm happy it was at the start and not the end. First try at the Dragon Gym started as perfectly as it could. We poisoned Water Onyx on the first round as it was just using Dragon Rage on us. Normally, this would have been a two-shot, but both rounds of poison did just enough damage to finish him off. Problem is, the Dragonair right after wasn't a one-shot, so we got taken out by a Dragon Pulse. But we can't learn anything stronger, and Ice Punch is a Battle Frontier move in this game, or I'd gladly learn it. I'm gonna go grind for a while. Maybe one less hit from Water Onyx will turn things around. So, first try at level 58 started absolutely perfectly, with us critting to one-shot Water Onyx. That was super lucky. Next was Dragonair, who still hit Dragon Pulse for a decent chunk of damage, but we took it out easily now that we're less hurt. The problem is Kingdra is after that, and not only did it not do amazing damage, but one Hydro Pump took it out. If I just had to try until Hydro Pump missed, then it wouldn't have been the end of the world, but it took a crit to even get that far. Our effort values are long since maxed out. I think it's time we start using rare candies to slowly get stronger and see when we can win. We might not be super far off of a two-shot on Kingdra, so let's see how this goes. So at level 62, we're two-shotting Water Onyx, so although we still get hit by Dragon Rage, we always get to Kingdra. New problem though, we often get hit by Thunder Wave by Dragonair. Even if we didn't, I'm sure we'd still lose to Kingdra, but this isn't helping. I don't have a Cherry Berry to save me either. I don't know how necessary it is to level until we can one-shot Dragonair. Maybe by level 65, we could win on tries where she doesn't use Thunder Wave. It's hard to say. I would like to get to the Elite Four around level 70 like I usually do, but I think I might need to be a higher level than that. So level 65 still wasn't going great due to paralysis, but I could tell that Dragonair would be a one-shot soon, so maybe a win is in sight. Plus, we can survive longer against Kingdra now, just hardly. If she's dumb enough to use low accuracy moves like Hydro Pump when I only have 4 health left, then I really think I could win this before level 70. So I got up to level 68, and Dragonair is indeed a one-shot. I mean, this time it's thanks to a crit, but I'm pretty sure it would have been a one-shot even without it. The problem now is that Kingdra's berry just hardly keeps it alive. Well, Poison Jab poisons her pretty often, and I think just looking at this, that if I poisoned her on the first turn, then it would be enough to make her faint on the second round. Water Onyx uses a Hyper Potion now, and I think she only has one, so I might be able to win this in a few tries. Her last Pokemon might take us out anyway, but you never know. Maybe Kingdra will finally miss a Hydro Pump or something. So this took a bunch of tries, because it turns out that poisoning Kingdra doesn't save us, but on this try, Hydro Pump finally missed, and although she followed up with a Smoke Screen, we hit again for the knockout. Last is Dragonair, and we hit our Poison Jab for a one-shot, so we actually got through it with a lot of health left. Finally a win. Last is our rival, and it's Friday now, so I made sure to pick up a Poison Barb on my way to power up our Poison Jab. Between that and Earthquake, we actually had a really easy time with the last rival fight. Golbat is still the only one that we couldn't one-shot, but its Air Cutter really wasn't that bad this time, just due to how many levels higher we were than before. It went great. Now that we're at the Elite Four, let's have a look at our stats. I really like our moves, and our attack and speed are great, but our really low defense and special defense does have me worried. We're kind of a glass cannon at this point, but without all of the amazing type coverage that you'd hope to have with a glass cannon. We can hit incredibly hard with Revenge, but because it's a negative priority move, we're giving them a free hit on us if we do that. I think that most of the Elite Four won't be too horrible, but Lance himself is going to be a serious problem. I'm also kind of holding out hope that we'll sweep Will's team with Feint Attack, because I know for sure that we can't survive a single Psychic move. We are way too weak to it. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Psychic Trainer Will. We start by nearly one-shotting Xatu, followed by us getting one-shot by a single hit from Psychic. I mean, we all could have seen that coming, right? We have a double weakness to Psychic, and our special defense is not good. Let's bump up to level 75, since we know that Will has a stronger Xatu later anyway. So at level 75, we easily one-shot both of the Xatu and even Jinx, but next is Slowbro, and it's a lot tankier. We drop it to yellow health before we got one-shot. This is absolutely going to be a fight where we just have to keep leveling until we can sweep them. I don't think we could survive a single hit from a single one of them. So I try again an entire 5 levels later at level 80, and we don't really do all that much more damage. We drop her to high red health, then she one-shots us again. We really need levels. There's no way we have to be level 90 to beat this, right? Maybe 85's enough. Okay, so at level 85, it seems like we do the exact same amount of damage, but I guess we're not in a one-shot range anymore, because instead of using Psychic, she used Amnesia. Well, that's not going to do anything against us since we're using physical moves, so after she full restored, we just took her out in 2 hits. Last is Executor, but it's weak to poison, so I Poison Jab for a one-shot. Well, let's hope that the rest of the Elite Four is easy leading up to Lance, because that was a lot of levels for one fight. Second is Poison Trainer Koga. First is Ariados, who's just a simple one-shot with Earthquake, but second is Crobat, and I was instantly worried. It ended up being really easy though, because instead of just messing us up with flying moves, it spammed Double Team. Well, Feint Attack can't miss, so we really easily took it out. We really dodged that bullet. Venomoth is next, and I remembered it wasn't a flying type for once, so I just one-shot it with Earthquake. And Fortress was easy with a couple Earthquakes, as its Swift did basically nothing to us. Last is Muck, but we one-shot it with Earthquake. Hey, that's a first try win. I was kind of worried about the Crobat, but that went fine. Third is Fighting Trainer Bruno. Super easy fight though. We could just sweep the whole team with Poison Jab and Earthquake. His team doesn't really have the highest defense stat, and we have pretty fantastic attack at this point. Plus, the Poison Barb really helps us get more damage out of our Poison Jab. Fourth is Dark Trainer Karen. First is Umbreon, who actually survived a Poison Jab, but we also poisoned him. So after he was done wasting time with Double Team, he fainted to the poison damage. Murkrow was a one-shot with Poison Jab, and Houndoom was a one-shot with Earthquake. I was a little worried about the Gengar, but we're such a high level that one Feint Attack took it out just fine. Last is Vileplume, but Poison Jab was a one-shot. Finally, the Pokemon Champion Lance. It opens with Water Onix, so our attack is down the entire fight thanks to Intimidate. He really didn't hurt us that badly with Waterfall though, and we took him out fast. Second is Charizard, and although we hit hard, he nearly one-shot us with Air Slash. That's really not good. Right after that is Aerodactyl, and we didn't even get to find out how much damage we do to him, since he's actually faster than us despite the massive level difference, so we just go down. Alright, I'm calling it now. There's a chance we don't even win at level 100, but I've got to keep trying. Let's see how it goes at level 90. Maybe we'll be faster. So I try more at level 90. This time Water Onix goes the same, but Charizard is different. Instead of Air Slash, he crit a Shadow Claw. I want to say that's because the AI in this game can cheat and see when they're gonna crit and they'll pick that move. I know they do that in some games. I thought it was Gen 4. Either way, that let us take him out with more health than usual. Even with that though, we still got outsped and taken out by Aerodactyl. Yeah, I kind of figured that would happen. Level 95. Okay, this goes differently. First of all, we're crazy close to a one-shot on Charizard. We still get Air Slashed, so we take massive damage, but we're actually faster than Aerodactyl now, and we do decent damage. I'm holding out hope that by level 100 we could one-shot Charizard, then maybe we could survive Aerodactyl and finish him off. I kinda doubt we can beat the rest of his team after that, but I gotta try. Okay, finally, level 100. Water Onix goes the same as always, but we're finally getting our much-needed one-shot against Charizard. Because of that, we have enough health to survive Aerodactyl and take it out in 2 hits. The problem is, after that is Dragonite, and not only do we come nowhere close to taking it out, but we easily get finished off with Outrage. We don't really have any way around this, and even if we got lucky with a crit and somehow one-shot it, there's 2 more Dragonites right after. I think it's fair to say this run is over. Well, that was a hard one. I really wish I could have gotten the win, but Gen 4 solo runs sometimes end this way. What I will say is that I really liked using Croagunk, and I want to try this again in other games. I really hope you guys like that run. The next Pokemon Challenge should be up next week on Saturday, like usual, with Pokemon X with only 1 Archon. That should be a fun one. Really fun Pokemon, but it's got the Defeatist ability to weaken it. I'm interested to see how that will go. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments in the challenge request section of my Discord channel and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. Outro time. As much as I would love to do a long outro with you guys, it is currently the 10th of May, 2025, which means that Maple Leaf Pro is putting on their 3rd ever show called Northern Rising. I have already purchased it on Trailer TV, and I'm going to be watching that in like an hour, so I need to go get some cooking done and prepare for the big show. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.